Welcome to Dork Court. This is Dork Court. We're going to judge you harshly, like Dork.
Yes. Yes. It's time. The glorious time is here. Today we have with us Rob Lavender. He's a gaucho, an amigo. He's the apple of our eye, and aren't you glad he's here? Rob Lavender, how are you, sir?
It's wow. You look great. I've laid eyes on you in a while. You look.
I know, isn't this cool? Like
we're living in the future, baby.
All day I was texting Walker yesterday and today. I was like, "Hey, dude, talking to you cordless. I'm gonna be talking to Robbie cordless, man."
That was like, my skull.
He's like, I don't understand why you like
our
so much.
Where are Mark and Steve?
So that's funny. In the green room, we were chatting. You're like, "Hey, here's what's gonna do. Just gonna put Mark Finn's thing on." I'll explain to you about that. I know this might be your first Dork Court episode, right?
Yep.
I didn't even look. This is the 128th one, official one.
I am honored.
Walker and I did it during the coronavirus, and it was just me and him screwing around. And then right before She-Hulk came out, all the nerds were bothering me. And
that's your job, isn't it?
And Mimi goes, "Man, just you should start that Dork Court website you were threatening." And I'm like, "Oh yeah, you know what? We'll start up Dork Court again, and it won't be Walker and me. It'll be me and Steve and Mark." And so Mark and Steve are pretty busy now. Steve's wife is doing something crazy, so he's single dad to his two girls who are 10 and 8, I believe. And he's just driving around to volleyball practice and stuff like he can't.
That is also my life. And
Mark is the I don't know how I can say this nicely. He's the national sales buyer for a adult website, and you know Good Vibrations. He's the national buyer for.
I love that theme song
for Good Vibrations. Yeah. Oh, that's the Gen Z version too. That's not.
I learned their names and everything. They're not going to be here. Well, I know.
Mark and Steve. You know me. You know what we do? Just pretend we're like at 40 Flow, sitting around talking about Rat Patrol or some shit.
Or in the basement of my South End Boston apartment.
Oh my god, that was the place. Comics. Yeah, we watched a lot.
Am I allowed to cuss on this?
Fuck yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. So that little thing that opens the show that we do sometimes. That's Mark Finn, who is a nationally recognized, and I think he is the #1 expert on Robert E. Howard. Not just Conan, but Robert E. Howard himself.
That's a feather in a cap.
He's great. He's a really good writer. I'm totally jealous. He's a better writer than I am, which there's only like 3 or 4 people that are better than me.
And
Mark is one of them. And so one day he just did that. I interviewed him about stuff, and I said it's too bad that we don't have like a series, Facts of Life kind of song or something. I don't know. And because we have one for the Star Trek. My buddy Timothy Connolly he is in a band called the Suck It Easy Band, and I actually wrote him a song about the Josh Trank.
Is that the theme song for his adult job? Suck It Easy.
No, that's Timothy.
Oh,
not Mark. Although, and that's just the name of their band. There was nothing. They were kind of like a little. If you can imagine, like California surf guitar stuff in a Carl Hyacin Florida band.
Ooh.
It's like it doesn't make sense. It's like you take 2 great drinks and you push them together and you're like, oh, this works.
It works. Speaking of whom, what did you think of Bad Monkey?
Loved it. I love that show so much that I got Razor Girl, which is the sequel book.
Isn't it great? I read them out of order because I just kind of take them randomly out of the library, and I very seldom does he continue with the same character. So I read Razor Girl first, and then like a year later, I read Bad Monkey.
There's another one. That's kind of cool that you can read them. It doesn't matter, does it?
No,
like chronologically.
No.
The other thing that's cool is there's an ABC show with Scott Speedman on right now called RJ Decker. And
I've seen ads for that. It looks like Tragically Hip.
so no, you're gonna love it though, because it's based on a Carl Hyacin book that owes his existence to the fact that his agent told him, "Don't write another Yancey book." And he's like, "I'm 3/4 of the way through it. I love this character." And they're like, "Yeah, but we sold it already to Apple TV, and they're doing a Razor Girl TV as well."
Season 2?
No, it's just that's a great question. I don't know how they're going to market it. If it's season 2 or if they're just
because the monkey, I think, is in Razor Girl, isn't it?
I think they'll just do it as Razor Girl, right? And like,
yeah, that was such a good book. It was like a memorable book.
This is the one time I do care. I'm like a third of the way through it.
Oh,
and both my wife and my kid has read it, and they're like, "Are you done yet, Daddy? Are you done?" And I'm like, "Oh no."
Because you are traditionally the king of I don't give a shit if things are spoiled, but I love this for you. It's a good look.
Yeah, it's very rare, but the experience, and I'm just talking about my wife, my kid, and you, because the reason I care about spoilers, you can tell me all about fucking Dune or whatever, and then I go see the movie and it's not the same thing, right? But the experience of reading a Carl Hyacin book, you and my wife and my kid will be able to get really close to replicating the experience of me just sitting there and reading it, except you're telling me it. See what I mean?
Yep.
And so like it's gonna be really close, and I'm like, I'd rather not hear it from people who know the work well and know me well.
You know me of old. I'm allergic to spoilers. I want nothing to do with them. I do not go on Facebook if there's a movie out that it's like a month later and I haven't seen it yet. It's like I'm accidentally going to read something that Larry wrote opening night. And the whole thing's, I want to be walking blind. Often I don't even want to know what the plot is when I go in. I'll close my eyes.
You are one of the only people that I do respect that from. Most people I don't.
I appreciate that. I really do.
But I'm like, well, I've known you forever, man. It's like, why would I make one of my oldest friends mad for something I could easily avoid?
Do you remember the origin of the theme song of Rob and Larry's Comics? Rob and Larry's Comics, fuck you, Rob and Larry's Comics, fuck you.
Isn't that something to do with the Clark University Newbury Comics ad?
I was watching late night TV and there was a Newbury Comics ad. And it was just, some really loud 90s or 80s punk. And I was telling you about the ad, and I was just making up lyrics. Newbury Comics, fuck you, Newbury Comics, fuck you, was the ad. That would be a great theme song for our show. For, I don't know, for the handful of listeners out there, Larry and I did a podcast before they were called podcasts on public access television in the 1990s.
Oh my God, it really was.
It totally was. You were visiting from California. We set up a table in my basement and we stuck a camera on a tripod and aimed it at us. And I made a lot of martinis. And we sat behind the table and got drunk, and I had a stack of all my comic books, and we just discussed comics all afternoon. And I spent the next 6 months editing it down into half-hour episodes, and then would air it on public access with a Rob and Larry's Comics, fuck you theme song. And then after I ran out of them, it proved so popular, and I enjoyed it so much, I had to keep going. But you were in California. We did do that one thing where I sent you a bunch of
questions. That was fun.
Questions, and Mimi read them to you on the beach, and then I edited it together so it looked as if we had a satellite feedback, much like we're doing right now in real life. That's so weird. We had to fake it back then. But then our good friend, the sadly deceased James Wu, took over for you. He was one of my co-hosts on XTV on public access.
Good old James Wu.
Yeah.
Love that guy.
He was a good guy. But my first, you remember, it was just a bunch of interview questions, because that was the first of my public access shows. Would you mind if I flip this a little bit and I asked you some interview questions?
Let's do it. Let's do it.
All right. Okay. So
interviewing us on Dork Court.
We'll start easy.
Rob and Larry's Dork Court. Fuck you.
All right. We're starting easy. First question: Bugs or Daffy?
Oh, Daffy.
Me too.
Yeah, I like Bugs, but you know what? Once I learned that Jackson, the big green rabbit from the Marvel Star Wars,
I remember Jack. I was just thinking about Jackson a couple of days ago. That's so weird. You bring
I
him up.
got you know, I do those helmets and stuff. I think you
Yeah,
might
I
be
do
able to
know.
see Jackson from here. There he is.
Oh my God, yes. You did him for Halloween a few years ago. That's
Yeah,
right.
exactly. Oh, I messed up my camera.
Your high holy day.
Get the rubber bands out. Yeah. So once I found out that he was supposed to be Bugs Bunny in Star Wars, I'm like, you know what? I don't even really need Bugs Bunny anymore, because the Bugs Bunny I need is that one, like Bugs Bunny, like geared up in Star Wars. So then I'll take Daffy, because he's kind of like, Daffy's more fit for my kind of worldview. You know, he's ready to have some good times and stuff, but every once in a while, someone's just going to hit him the wrong way, and there's going to be trouble. You know what I mean?
I do. Okay, well, geez, this was going to be a question for the three, so I already know your answers.
I'll tell you. Okay. Ask me the question. I'll tell you what Steve would say and what Mark would say.
Horror or sci-fi, and why?
Okay, well, you know me.
I know you.
I don't think Steve or Mark would entertain. Steve would definitely not entertain the question, because he would be like, there's no way I can choose. I must have it all. I want everything. You know, Steve has no shit. I don't even know what a terabyte is, but it's a lot of data.
Isn't it a dinosaur?
No, it's like a million gigs or something. And Steve has 7 terabyte drives just full of movies with no repetition. And if it's a repetition, it's a different version of the same movie. You know what I mean? So it's insane. He literally said, like, he has so many of them that I actually have one right here full of shit that he's supposed to, that I'm supposed to watch all of this shit. Are you fucking kidding me, Steve? That's never gonna happen. That's a terabyte of information.
You've got the time.
And there's no way, man. I got shit to do.
All right, how about Mark?
Mark, I would probably say horror, but he likes science fiction too.
Really?
Yeah.
And I know yours is science fiction. So why?
Because horror's for there's something wrong with people who like to be scared in horror movies.
I went to a horror movie in the theaters today.
You what?
I went to a horror movie in theaters today. It was called Forbidden Fruit, I think, or something like that. It was about these girls who work in a mall and they have sort of a coven. It was weird. It was very independent. Like, it was produced by Shudder, the Shudder network.
Okay.
It was cool. Very the gore effects were great. All right, if you could fly or be invisible, which would you choose?
I don't know. Probably invisible, just because I want a Larry mask that I can go and just, you know, like the Invisible Man show.
TV back in the 70s. That was awesome.
I love that, because it was like just the chroma key weatherman special effects. Oh my god, it was so funny.
Weatherman special effects. Yeah, that was youth. Okay, broadening that, what powers of any superhero would you like to have?
All right, I can answer that. I don't know. There's a lot of good powers, man.
Yeah, I know.
I kind of like Nightcrawler's teleporting ability.
Yeah,
because I like traveling. I like going to other places, but I don't like the actual traveling. So, do you ever see that movie Jumper?
I have not. I remember the trailer, but I never saw it.
Diane Lane's in it as his mom. It's really cool, but it's the conceit is it's a young adult movie, and the conceit is that there are these people that have the ability to just teleport themselves all over the planet. And so basically there are people who use it for good, people who use it for evil, there's people who just fuck around, you know. But I saw the trailer for it, and I don't know how they shot this, but they had the actor sitting on top of the fucking Pyramid of Giza, you know, and he's sitting there next to all the like radio towers, and there's a light on top of it that they have to go up there and do stuff. So somehow they just arranged it to have the actor.
You sure it was practical?
No, but I believe that it is.
I like to believe that it is, because it looked cool.
It looked like it. And so I thought, all right, I get that. Like, if I had Nightcrawler powers and it was just, you know,
that was my choice.
I'm going to go have lunch on the top of the pyramid, because who's going to stop me, right?
I would like to just walk, like, you know, through a gate or something and just be anywhere.
Yeah, just
Scotland
teleport.
Paris or my mom's house just to make her dinner and then come home.
I think you make a case for invulnerability, and I every once in a while I wouldn't mind being immortal if I could choose what age I was stuck at. Like, I don't want to be immortal now. My back and my knees, man.
My back. Oh, my sacroiliac. Let me tell you. My lumbago.
There can be only one.
I was thinking
disc.
Earlier today, I was thinking about this podcast. Like, you know what we ought to call it is guys complaining about their lumbago. Because my back's been killing me all day. It's like, don't talk about your back, Rob.
Back when I did Spectacularity, I would I'd get into a really interesting email conversation with somebody cool, and then I'd ask him, "Hey, can I just tighten this up and use it as an article on my old website?" And they'd be like, "Yeah, sure." And I always called it two guys sitting around talking about whatever, And I just always thought that was funny. So that's how I came into it today. It's like, yeah, you sit around talking about whatever.
You own a lava lamp.
I do.
What color?
It's pinkish orange. It's hard to say because, it's got a light in it, which might be a color. I've never taken it apart, except the little cap fell off once, and it's glass.
I can't find mine either. You got the weird bottle cap on top of it.
Yeah, isn't that cool? I didn't know that.
I had no idea.
Bottle cap on top.
I would like that cool space age looking, tetrazope, whatever it is that fits on top, the little half cone. But one of them, I have two side by sides, one glitter, one lava. But one's just bottle cap top.
Yeah, we got that for Walker, and we were watching something, and it was we always look at set design and stuff because he loves props just like I do. And he goes, "What the hell is that?" And we didn't know what he was talking about. It was just a shot of the living room.
How old was it at the time?
What is it? And then Mimi's like, "Put it on pause and go over there and point. We don't know what you're talking about." He's like, "Dude, it's this thing." And we start laughing. Like, you never seen a lava lamp before? Like, oh my God. He's like, "Yeah, what is that?" He was getting mad. And we were like, "Okay, all right, let's just bring the tempo down." The reason we're laughing is because we're about your age when this was a thing, So it's really cool that you go, "What is that? I must know about this," because that's what everybody does when you're that age. And
how old was he when this was going on?
Like 8 or 9 or 10, something like that. Yeah. And so we bought him one, and it's been on the kitchen table ever since.
He didn't take it with him to college?
Nah. First year of college, he was really good about, "Am I going to need this? Is this something that's just going to make me feel better about home?" Okay, we made him a pillow of his favorite cat, right? So that went. But a lot of his clothes, like Lucky shirt, no, that's staying home. I don't know if that's going to be safe for freshman year. There's a little of that calculation happening.
I was that way freshman year. Sophomore year, I remember when the year ended, I spent way too much time just packing up all the crap I had in my room. Everybody had left. Everyone had gone home, and it's just me still packing. My Muppet animal puppet, all this other garbage I had all over the room. For some reason, sophomore year, I completely flipped. All right, if you could only watch reruns for the rest of your life, and you only had 3 shows from which to choose, which 3 television shows would they be?
I only need one.
But give me 3.
Well, the original Star Trek. Those 3 seasons. Just give me that. That's all I need. And I don't know, maybe MASH. It's got 11 seasons.
That's a lot of viewing.
A lot of interesting, philosophy and human interaction and stuff. And then I don't know. West Wing, The Prisoner. I mean, there's lots of cool shit that I can watch over and over and over again.
I've still not seen the first maybe 3 seasons of The West Wing. I came in late. And I know that's one of those things. I've got this list of things that I like so much that I don't want them to end. So I just keep watching them. It's ridiculous.
That's not uncommon for me anyway, and other nerds.
Here's my list. Okay.
What's yours? Yeah.
Justified, still got 1 season to go. Fringe, still got 1 season to go. Orville, I've got all but the first season to go. Barry, I watched the first 2 seasons. Love
fucking Barry's great.
Los Espookies on HBO. Love that show. Unbreakable Kimmy Schmidt. I'm on the last season from years ago. Big Mouth, Sex Education. I got a bunch of them.
We're 4 episodes away from finishing Homeland that we didn't watch at the time. It's a Showtime show with Claire Danes, and
my wife and I watched the first, I think, 4 episodes, and then we looked at each other like, "Do you need to invest any more time into this?" Like, nope, me neither.
It's
So we gave
up.
up on
Pretty intense show, and we had that too, but right around season 3 or season 4.
I keep hearing that it gets really
I
great.
get the idea, and Mimi's like, "No, we need to know what happens to her," and I'm like, "Okay, I just needed someone to say that." Like I was literally 50-50. Like if she had said, I get the idea, I'd be like, "Yeah, great, we'll watch something else." But she's like, "No, I need to know what happened to her." And I'm like, "Fuck yeah!" Because like, the great thing about that show is the main character is completely fucked. she's not irredeemable. She's not evil. She just, every single time she has to have a decision to make, she chooses something confidently, and it is wildly the wrong decision, and all the characters around her know that, right? So you're on, as an audience member, you just spend episode after episode going, oh no, this one's gonna be okay. Oh Jesus. And like, oh no, this is gonna be cool. Oh fuck, that guy died. You know, it's like,
do you watch did you watch Ponies?
Ponies?
I think I don't remember what
is that Persons of Not Interest of some kind?
Yeah. The one with Emilia Clarke.
I saw the ads for it, but we haven't started that yet. We just finished Paradise, and that we love that show.
I don't even know what that is.
Can I tell you?
Sure.
Oscar-winning actor Sterling K. Brown plays a Secret Service agent who uncovers or is made aware that there's a earth-shaking asteroid volcano explosion, and the U.S. government has been working on this underground town the size of Topeka, Kansas.
Isn't this the plot of La Brea?
Called Paradise. I don't know. I didn't see La Brea.
Me neither.
But at the end of the first season, they reveal in the second thing that all of that was just an excuse to get people underground and survive, so they can keep running the time machine, that they're going to go back and stop this crazy thing that happens, and
it's not done hokily. You're along for the ride.
Oh my god, no, it's fucking incredible. And people are like, Atlanta's been destroyed and we're in Colorado, but we just made biofuel out of all the bagel oil, and we got tanks that we're gonna go to Atlanta and see where my wife is. And like, that's one episode.
Is this cable? Is it cable or is it network?
That one I don't know, but we watched it on Hulu, so I think it might be on ABC. RJ Decker's on ABC, and we're really liking High Potential.
I watched the first episode with my wife, and she left halfway through.
Yeah,
just something about the woman bugs her, but I love her, and I've seen maybe 3 episodes.
That's just one of those shows. Like I wouldn't recommend it to anybody because it's so average. But it really, every once in a while, like, you know, after you watch all your cool shit and the stuff that you love and fucking Daredevil season 2, you're like, hey, I'd love to watch like Flea Market Flip before we go to bed, you know?
So sometimes the last episode of that I watched, I kind of rode the fast forward. So just so I could watch her interact goofily, and the plot.
Yeah, the plot is an excuse to watch her do crazy shit.
Right, exactly.
So we used to watch Castle, and that was
our big thing too. For a while.
That's what High Potential now is. It's just if we feel like watching Castle, we'll watch one of these.
This is, you know how after years of marriage, you still discover things about your partner.
Yeah,
Kathy and I just had one the other day. It's like, wait, really? And I've known you since '96, and I'm still learning this. Jackson does rule.
Look at this.
Oh,
hello,
that's my brother.
Lily and Rick.
That's my brother and sister-in-law. Hi, guys.
I follow Rick because Rick's on Facebook. I see stuff from Rick.
He rides Facebook a lot more than I do. Yeah.
So he's a good dad. That's what I got out of his Facebook.
He's a great dad.
Yeah.
We both got that from a man you know.
I mean, you're a good dad too.
No, I'm saying we got it from Vic.
No, that's what I mean.
Yeah.
That like, I was gonna say, I'm sure Randy's not a dad yet, right?
Nope. No, he's too young.
Kevin's not a dad, right?
Kevin has got a boy in college and a boy Will's age graduating high school this year.
That's crazy.
I know.
Look, you got some hearts, man.
Oh,
Hi, Lily. I see you too on Facebook too, Lily. You don't know who I am, but I cyber stalk your husband.
and he loves it. How about Severed?
Severed. I don't know what that is. What's Severed?
Oh, dude.
It sounds like a horror movie.
Oh, dude. No. It's on Apple, and it stars
Severance.
Severance.
Not
Severed. Silly.
Yes, I'm up to date on Severance. It keeps making me want to watch. Whenever I finish anything on Apple TV, the next thing that comes up is, you want to watch season 2, episode 1 of Severance, right? I'm like, I don't, Apple TV. I'm fucking doing that. And I will get to it eventually, but I'm not watching it.
But you watched the whole first season.
I have the whole first season, and I kind of am at the point where I get the idea of Severance. That was a little too weird for me.
I gotta tell you, I watched the first episode shortly after it came out. I put it away for a year.
Yeah.
And then, well, let's try this again. And I watched the first episode. It's like, all right. Now that I know what's happening, I'll watch the second. I watched the second episode. I watched the third. I watched the fourth. I said to my wife, "Come in with me on this." So the first episode I watched 3 times, and the first maybe half of the first season I watched twice.
Oh,
and then she went, I caught up with where she was, and we just could not wait for the second season to come out, and then ripped through it when it came out. It's
oh yeah, is it good?
Great.
Is it worth it?
Oh yeah.
All right.
No,
that's probably what I needed.
Listen to their algorithm. You do want to watch it.
Listen to their algorithm.
Mimi didn't try it.
She's not as pop culture forward as we are.
This is what I was saying about learning new things about one's spouse. Not too long into the marriage, you know that when I was a kid, the TV guide used to come in the mail, and I would sit and work out my schedule for the week and memorize what was there.
That's why we're friends.
Yeah, very important. So maybe 6 months into the marriage, we're watching The Office together, and slowly she started during TV time just going to read in our room, and like, well, I don't really like sitcoms. Humor isn't funny. Like, what? So
humor isn't funny?
When I don't like humor. It isn't funny.
I was like, you got married to Werner Herzog?
Yeah. One of my public access shows, I had her pretend to be a German girl who would say things like that.
Oh, that's awesome.
I don't like comedy. It isn't funny.
You still have those?
Yeah, on my boots. Oh yeah, I've still got them somewhere. Yeah. But I found out she doesn't like sitcoms. She doesn't like TV. So when she does watch TV, it's a big deal to me. If I find something that she digs, like Only Murders in the Building, is our show on? Is it Tuesday? Can we watch our show? Yes, we can.
Yeah, that does happen. In our house, we had the holy triumvirate, right? Like, if you got a show that all 3 of us wanted to watch, we could tell you, our family knew from the beginning that was going to be a successful show, because we represent 3 of the 4 quadrants, right? And but the cool part of that is there's shows that I just like, and that
I got a lot of them.
Maybe they will grudgingly watch or just let me have it, right? But there's also shows that Mimi likes, and the 2 boys will be like, well, you watch a lot of shit with us, Mommy. We'll watch this with you. Or we let her have it, right?
What's one of those?
Just fucking like Murders in the Building.
You don't like that show?
No, I love it, but like that would be like Doctor Strange in all of the Marvel movies. It's decent, but it's a middle of the road, right? There's really incredible ones and really sucky ones. And that's great, and I'll get to it eventually. But if Mimi likes it, no, I'm up to date. I've seen every episode, and they're fantastic.
Did you like the second Doctor Strange movie?
No.
You don't like Sam Raimi in general?
I don't like horror in general.
Man.
So I don't need Sam Raimi horror in my Marvel movies.
Got it.
So I love the Illuminati thing was great. I like that. I get zombie Wanda because you have to have a bad guy, but like, and I tithed out my money to Marvel, but I wasn't happy about it, and I've only seen it once in the theater. I didn't buy it. I don't care.
Okay. TV shows.
They did that to themselves, though.
Slow Horses.
Love it. Love it.
We've started reading the books.
anything on Apple TV, like 100%. And then anything that starts on FX, it's the high 90s, you know?
Yeah.
And they're really good. I like CB Strike as well.
I just got the newest book. I didn't know it came out in September. That's one, like when it comes out, I get it. And she reads, because she can read a novel in a day. She whips through that. I'm not exaggerating.
No,
and then
I know.
I'll spend 6 months reading it, and then I lend it to my mom. I have not watched the show yet because I don't want to picture the actors.
Oh, okay. I get that if you really love the...
I would show you the cover of the newest book, but it's propping up my camera right now.
Well, I believe you. I'm the opposite. Like, I don't have the urge to read CB Strike, and not because it's what's her name, J.K. Rowling. I don't care about that.
The books are so good.
But yeah, it's just, you know, I don't read a lot of fiction anymore because that's what I do.
Yeah.
So when I read something, it's always like, well, let's see what's Warren Zevon's life is up to. You know, I got a lot of political stuff going on.
When
I was just reading this Brian Stetzer's Network of Lies, the epic fail of Fox News.
I thought you said Brian Setzer.
Yeah, the Stray Cat Strut.
Yeah.
Okay. He's a lady's cat.
Yeah, I've heard that about him.
The feeling Casanova.
When I read the Strike books, because I was reading them before there was a television series.
It's Werner Herzog. When I read the Strike
books, I can't help picturing the actress who plays blonde in Daredevil.
Yeah, Karen Page.
Karen Page. I keep picturing a British Karen Page.
Just so you know, that's who they cast. Like I was gonna, when you said the blonde girl, I literally was gonna go Karen Page, but I always interrupt people on these things. So
it's not actually literally the same actress.
It's not the same actress, but they literally cast a girl that if they were doing British Daredevil, this is the girl you would get to play Karen Page, right?
That's what I was hoping.
It's insane. Like if that's your problem with you don't want to watch the TV show, go ahead, because I'm dying to know if you think the guy that plays CB is.
See, that's the thing. It's not so much Robin, it's Strike. I've got an image in my head, and I have now for years, of what he looks like, and it's just going to be some actor up there doing it.
But see, here's the thing: they did everybody the biggest favor they could, and they didn't get a good-looking TV guy. It looks like a guy who was a soldier who got his leg blown off and has gone to sea.
It's supposed to, I'm assuming it's a British show, right?
Yeah.
Because that's the difference between the two broad churches. England knows how to cast humans, and then they did the Hollywood broad church where everyone's really good looking.
Yeah,
that pissed me off. I couldn't watch past the first episode.
Yeah, Mimi was trying to get me into that because she loves that shit.
Oh, that's cozy mysteries. Cozy mystery.
Tennant's in it, man. Doctor Who. All the guys at Doctor Who did this.
It's not your thing. I know you well enough to know it's not your thing.
And I'm like, I don't care. I'm eating.
I loved it. Kathy and I both really loved it because, cozy murder mysteries are her thing.
Oh my God. Lily's like, she's been hooked on According to Jim.
I was home a couple of weekends ago and Rick was talking about According to Jim, and he told me some
dude, 1997 says hi.
Some joke that is apparently a recurring joke where he's abusive to this guy who's a little sensitive. Like, well, that doesn't sound like anything I want to watch. That was high school. I don't want to relive that. Yeah. I don't need to have Jim Belushi bullying people for a half hour in my face.
Oh my God. Speaking of that, you want to hear something funny? Please. So Walker, you see my kid, he's a good looking, like mini Chris Pratt football player kind of guy. So at film school, everybody.
No offense, Rick and Lily. I love your taste on things. It's just I don't intend to watch.
We'll get back to that.
Anyway, go on.
Sorry. You were just saying that Jim Belushi is abusing somebody in that show, and so it just reminded me. Walker's doing his film school stuff, and they shoot the stuff that they film, and they get to watch on a big screen. It's fucking great, right? That's awesome. So all of his buddies, they all help each other out. Somebody will write something. You know what I mean? It's just a dream. And he comes back from spring break, and I'm like, how's it going? He's like, yeah, I'm getting typecast. And I'm like, oh, that's pretty funny. All your friends are like, You know, but you gotta tell me who does everybody see you as? And he does this. He's he's a pretty personal guy, and he goes, abusive boyfriend number one. And it's just because everybody's a skinny nerd with glasses, right?
Yeah.
But he's like 6 foot and a little beefy. And so, yeah, man, you got to be the abusive boyfriend. That's just rough. Sorry.
Well, he's got to go the Jared Kiso route and just do his own thing, man. Because there's no more Studley actor. As far as I'm concerned, there's no more Studley actor.
I'm clipping this out at 35:29 and sending it to my kid. He will love that. He's in love with just Shorzy and Letterkenny.
Just the best.
Did you watch the last season of Shorzy?
I need to rewatch it. You know me, my brain's been shot since Curtis had me do all those whippets in 1984. But I retain things. If I only watch.
Wait, who do you play for the whippets?
I'm not going to say it out loud again.
I thought you said Curtis.
Substitute another opening.
Just saying, who's going to know?
Curtis. You remember he's a year younger than us?
No, I don't remember.
Through great Halloween parties.
Probably all those whippets. That's why I don't remember.
One afternoon, Steve and Dennis and I were going to. You remember when Hitchcock was dead, but they released a whole bunch of his movies from the 50s that had not been seen for 30 years, and they let go Vertigo in theaters, and all these great films that people hadn't. Rear Window hadn't been seen in 30 years. Well, this was The Trouble with Harry, and we were going to go see it one afternoon downtown Worcester. This kid Curtis says, "Come on in. I've got this great thing where it'll get you high for about 2 minutes, and then the high's gone."
There's a scab on your brain.
What he didn't tell me is that it murders millions of brain cells that will never grow back. And I'm sitting there watching this movie, and the lights come up, and Steve and Dennis are talking about how great it was, and I have no memory of what I just sat through. None.
I think you did.
I thought it was supposed to be temporary. I don't understand. So my point is, yes, I saw the last season of Shorzy. I need to watch it 2 more times with subtitles now in order to get it to stick in my head.
I was just speaking to your point that there's no better example of manliness on television. Whatever you said, it was very eloquent. But the last season there, man, that entire thing is like teaching the kids who like Letterkenny that how to be masculine without being toxic. Right. And that was a fucking tightrope walk the entire time. And telling an interesting story about the EU, right? While
juggling and making it look effortless.
And a half an hour at a time. How tight are those shows?
I love them so much.
I'm gonna tell him that he's gonna just love
You've seen all the Letterkennys, right?
Oh yeah. Can't confirm. I have a Modine's 3 t-shirt. I should have worn that. I forgot that you like that. Well, you know, of all people, like I lived up in Vermont, which is basically southern Canada.
Yes.
So the second, all my friends were going, "You're gonna love Letterkenny," and I was off put by the title. I didn't understand. Yeah. Letterkenny, what the fuck is that? Nobody told me that's the name of the town. And it doesn't matter what it is, but I'm like, Kenny is like a mailman. I don't know. And then finally, one of my buddies was like, "You shithead, just go fucking watch it. Like it's 100% your shit." And all the other times nerds have told you this is your thing, they were talking about Buffy the Vampire Slayer, and they don't know you. I'm telling you, you're gonna watch the first one, and you're gonna be like,
first 5 minutes,
but my friend said you're gonna think you're like in the middle of season 5. Because you're going to understand immediately what is happening. Yep. And I was like, all right, that's some bold words. And like you said, I watched like 5-10 minutes and I was like, oh my God, what do I have to do for the next 3 years? Because I'm watching all 12 years of these at once.
I think it was season 5 or 6 when you remember Michael Paul and Michelle Paul?
I do.
Their son Mason, who just had a baby a couple of weeks ago. Their first
give that guy a fucking puppers.
Give that guy a fucking puppers.
So first of all,
I gotta tell
Paul and Michael Paul had a kid named Mason.
Mason Paul. And Margot is their daughter.
Oh, that's cool.
She just got engaged and he just had his first baby. They're grandparents now.
That's crazy.
One day we're hanging out in my parents' backyard, and Mason makes some kind of comment about Letterkenny, assuming I'd know what he was talking about. And when I didn't, he gave one of those and pulled up his phone and showed me.
Watch it right then.
Just he's like,
here, Rob, sit down.
Just standing there going, okay, what? And it was the opening sequence where they're sitting in the driveway and the hockey players drop off the sister, and Derry and Jared's character, Whippets. I can't remember things.
I can now, with all the Shorzy, I can't remember his character.
You just got to go back and watch the first 3 minutes of the very first episode. Is what he showed me. I'm like, this is the funniest thing I've seen since I can remember, and I can't believe I'm not watching this. Yeah. You look like a Dutch girl. You shave your chest.
Everything about that show, just everything. Love it all. I love it all.
Yeah.
What I would tell people, I said I knew what was the black girl that runs Modine's, Ellen or Ellie or something like that. I was like, I knew every single person that was every single archetype in that show.
She's Rosie's cousin,
except for that girl.
Yeah.
And people were like, "What, really?" And I'm like, "Man, I was 10 when I lived up there. I'm sure there was somebody out there. I just didn't know her,
I think Michelle doesn't care for for her character. Otherwise,
her character's like giving one-dimensional a new phrase, right?
But every now and then,
that's kind of what I like about it.
Really bright.
Bonnie, it's a good show.
Listen. Any of you out there who have not watched Letterkenny, just get on it.
All right, check this out. So our good friend Chris Seguisig, who lives up the street in Daly City, who checked out that unaired Natasha Lyonne pilot from 2003, True Originals. 20-somethings running collectibles store with John Krasinski and Jorge Garcia.
That sounds like a dream that I would like to have.
So this is a thing. So I want to tell Chris, who I said your name correctly, Chris. I want to know. It's Seguisig. I think I got that right. But we just call him Sagasag because that's what it looks like. And anyway, this was a thing going around, and I heard about that. I had probably had the same reaction you did. What the fuck is this? Everybody's trying to do a comic book show based Clerks. Sarah Silverman took a shot. They did, but I hadn't heard this one. And fucking Hurley from Lost and John Krasinski's in it, and fucking Natasha Lyonne, who is a handsome woman now, but back then she just looks like a big baby-faced little teddy bear, and it's like it doesn't look right. Like she doesn't have her whiskey cigarette voice yet, because she's just like.
Did you like her 2 newest shows?
Fuck yes, yes, I love it. It's just Columbo, but yeah, give it to me.
It's Columbo. But
yeah,
my wife who loves cozy mysteries, I had her watch an episode with me. Says, I don't like knowing who the murderer is. What's the point? I want to solve a puzzle, so she won't watch any of the others.
Well, yeah, but I mean, you should tell her that the mystery isn't who did it. It's
how she. I did.
So it's still a mystery, and they're great.
Doesn't matter.
And there's kind of a
Russian Doll. Holy
that one I didn't see, but then somebody told me, "Bro, it's time travel. Go watch it." And I'm like, put it on the list, Captain.
Well, the second season is. Well, yeah, all right, yeah, kind of, sort of, yeah. You're gonna love it. It's really good.
So speaking of that stuff, Walker,
can you text me what he just wrote, because I'm not going to remember that, and I would like to look that up.
Yeah.
True Originals. Okay.
Yeah. Walker had the reason, my kid had that idea, and I talked him out of it because so many of these have happened. But he was like, "Oh, we're just going to do a show in the comic store. It's called Counterculture, and it's just Cheers with comic books." And I'm like, "I know, man. Like that's been pitched 1,000 times in the last 25 years, and people are trying to crack it."
Those were those 5-minute scenes in Big Bang Theory.
Yeah, exactly.
They'd worked well for 5 minutes.
My table's shaking. Is that
You having an earthquake out there, California?
No. All right, yeah, no, I'll text you that. But also, Walker said just yesterday says, "Hey, Dad, you should watch this thing I just found called Heat Vision and Jack." And I write back, "I know everything," in all caps. And he's like, "Fucker!" And I'm like, "Hey, man, what? You go to college and you start writing text back to your dad that's just fucker, like you're in Blade Runner or something." I thought that was pretty funny.
So is that a pretty accurate impression of Walker?
No, that's an impression of how he texts. Like he's super. He's a super chill kid. We're very lucky.
From everything I have read, I hope you're mighty proud. He seems like a very wonderful young man.
I was telling you yesterday, he gets this thing, man. He learns really hard lessons in the chillest, most easiest way possible. It's like that's the thing I'm most jealous of. It's like, hey, when I learned that lesson, I had to pay somebody $1,500 and I can't go back to Tennessee, and he's like, well, I dodged that bullet, and then lives his life. It's like, bro, you need to appreciate that.
Did I can't remember if I sent it to you. I took a picture of this specifically to send to you, and now I'm thinking I didn't do it. Will and I went to look at a school in Western Michigan, and there's this airport next to it because they have a flight school. So we're out there looking at, and there's planes in different parts, different stages of disrepair, and putting them together, and they're teaching pilots and they're teaching plane repair. And I'm walking by, and there's this wing that's got half of it missing, so it's really just the thing. And I took a picture of it with my hand on it, and I was going to text you saying, "Love that shape."
Ooh, love that shape.
Love that shape.
Just checking the luggage. Anyway, that's cool. Yeah, that was a great conversation when you told me about how Will is like really into aviation and is going to school for it.
Yeah, it's his thing. Well,
that's cool. I like that.
We'll get into the details of it, but yeah, that's
anyway.
One of the options.
Yeah, Walker says he visioned Jack, and so I was like, yeah, man. Not only did I see that, but like, here's one you need to watch. It's called Look Well, and it's
that I don't know.
It's Conan O'Brien and Robert Smigel of
I did see that.
Yeah, and
years ago.
It's Adam West as a TV detective.
That was really funny.
Yeah, it's where the mayor Adam West from Simpsons came from, because Conan O'Brien did Look Well, and they were like, yeah, just make that guy the mayor of Springfield, and they just moved it over. Isn't that great?
Yeah.
Anyway.
And
failed pilots. Oh, we're on a failed pirates thing. Pilots, not failed pirates. All pirates fail, right? That's the nature of the job.
That's what I heard. You watching Monarch?
I haven't got the second season, but
I didn't realize that it hadn't finished yet. I've been hearing about it for so long. I thought it was all out. And, Will was
season one.
Well, I watched season one as it was coming out, but Will had to do his Eagle project this past week was spring break. So we had other scouts come over, and they're working on the back deck, and you're supposed to have 2 adults there. So Ethan came over to help. I was like, well, what are we going to do to pass the time? I've got Apple TV. Let's watch Monarch. So that first day we ate through like 5 episodes.
Oh, that's awesome.
And the kids are looking in through the window going, it's Monarch. I can't look. I haven't started watching it. But then the next day, day 2, he comes by and we watch 2 episodes, and he says, all right, well, we're done. I'll head home. And well, let's just see what it was done, because they're dropping it week by week. I didn't realize that. I got to wait until I think Friday for the next one to come out, now that I'm all caught up.
That's why I just watch them when they all come out. I don't do that a lot, but if it works with my schedule that I miss like the first 3 or 4, I just wait. That's why I
usually do too. I didn't realize I wasn't waiting. Otherwise, I would have waited. But
yeah, that's harsh when you think it's done.
I'm gonna purposely not spoil this, but I will say that like 2 episodes in, Ethan and I are looking at each other going, all right, if we were writing this, this is what would happen. And at the end of the last episode that we were able to see, he and I look at each other and are going,
did you call it?
Oh yeah.
Yeah, that's cool. I love when that happens.
Yeah.
That's fun. We when Walker was here for Christmas, and then he left, that was like 4 weeks, so it was a lot. We were getting used to having him in the house again, and he leaves, and I'm like, fuck, man, I just got into like talking all the cool shit and getting back into the old habits and stuff. Now he's gone again. Oh well.
Mm-hmm.
And so he took over the couch when he lived here, right? And so Mimi's like, finally, he goes to college, I got my fucking couch back. And then after Christmas, she wouldn't sit on the couch because I was talking to the couch like he was still there. And so for a couple of days, like I'm talking to Mimi, but it's really something I would be saying to everybody, right?
Right.
So I just was looking to where he would be. And so Mimi's like, okay, that only worked for a day or two. You're not going to stop, are you? I'm going to just go on the couch, so you have to talk to me. And so the next day we're watching TV, and she starts doing that. She's not that kind of person. Like Walker and I would be like you and Ethan, right? You're like, oh, we know how TV works. Here's what happens. Here's the set act break, blah, blah, blah. We would call that like the act break. We'd be right within 90 seconds, you know?
Yep.
You stop and see where they are. And like, there you go. That's what happens. We're great.
Mhm.
That's why you're going to college, man. And but I forget what we were watching, but it was like an action show. And she just would look up from whatever she was doing and go, oh, yeah, that's going to happen. And she was right. She did it 3 times in one show.
The things that you weren't anticipating?
I wasn't really watching it like that. I was just vibing the show, you know.
Yeah.
And so it was good because I didn't go, no, anybody could think of that. Like even if it's true, but it turned out she was making really good observations. And so at the end, I just turned to her and I go, that was pretty good. She goes, yeah, I'm kind of proud of myself. And I go, well, don't be too proud of yourself because that's just the couch.
And thus, the young home has a new catchphrase.
And so it was. And so like we'd we what do you call that? FaceTime Walker all the time. And so I got to tell him that story, like sitting right next to me. And he goes, it's the couch. I imbued the couch with all my knowledge. And there's still echoes. And she was playing along. She's like, yeah, I don't know how I did that. It must have been you, honey. It was great.
I think it's really you to rub it off on her.
Yeah, probably.
Or it's the couch. This is a very personal question for me.
Uh-oh.
Do you watch Saturday Night Live live? Or are you part of that new fad that watches it in little bits on the computer?
No.
Days
we are a third option family.
Oh,
we would watch it live, but we are 62 and 57 respectively.
So you're asleep.
So right around Saturday night, even if we try to stay up, we'll say, hey, you want to try to stay up this one time for old time's sake? And like 10:30, we're like, hey, why don't we just go watch something in the bed? And, you know, maybe we'll watch. And then we're in bed for like 3 minutes. And I'll put my little Bluetooth things on and my little hood up. And I'm like, I'm going to bed, honey. And she's like, what? I'm staying up. And like 10 seconds later, and I have to turn the TV off. So we watch it Sunday morning with breakfast.
Do you DVR it or do you do it on the Peacock?
We record it.
Good, because then you'll catch the cuss words if they come out.
Well, it's not that. It's the going to the fucking streamer and going down and having to select it is more time intensive than just library recently recorded Saturday Night Live.
I've never owned a DVR. I wouldn't know. But
did you see what I wrote for you in your little thumbnail? I got the picture of you from the pinball thing with Housen, and then I wrote, Rob Lavender is still probably getting Netflix discs in the mail.
Did you hear how they wrapped that up? I was one of the last to get it. I was absolutely getting disc because there were things that they had in their disc library that they did not have in their streaming. So toward the end, they were saying, all right.
Oh my God, Christmas. I'm so sorry to interrupt, but look at that. That is some good intel. We can watch it at 8:30 on Saturday. So yes, I will be watching it on Saturday Night Live now.
SNL?
Yeah. See, YouTube TV shows it live here in SF for some reason.
Oh, that's awesome.
Yeah. And we have YouTube TV, so.
Oh,
we steal it from Mimi's dad.
Shush, don't say that over this. Your dad will get mad. I don't even remember what the hell I was saying.
That's welcome to Dork Court.
Yeah. Oh, I do stay up. I'm able to stay up late. But every week I watch it alone.
Oh yeah, nobody cares.
They're all tired. They go to bed.
Dude, Ashley Padilla. She is their fucking secret weapon.
She's their new MVP.
The last episode, who was that? Jack Black.
Yes.
Did you see that one?
Will actually sat through beginning to end with me on that episode.
Oh, cool.
He loves Jack Black.
So I love Jack Black too, but it's because not his Tenacious D, which I love, not all his movies, which I love, not his whole thing, which I love.
You were the first person to play Tenacious D for me when I was visiting you in San Francisco.
Yeah, right on. Yeah, my friend Kieran Dwyer turned me on to Tenacious D, and I will love him forever for that.
Kieran Dwyer, the cartoonist?
Yes.
Love his stuff. Big
Yeah.
fan. Big fan.
Yeah. He's a good
Anyway.
guy. We used to, when he lives in Portland now, but when he lived here, we'd have lunch every Monday at this diner on Terraville, the Bashful Bowl.
Portland's a beautiful city. It's one of my favorite towns.
But yeah, what was
We're
Kieran doing?
talking about Jack Black.
watching
Ashley Padilla. Jack Black.
Oh, the reason I thought I was when we found out that he was hosting Saturday Night Live, I was 100% down because my favorite thing Jack Black has ever done is his episode of Yo Gabba Gabba, where he was just
a real one? Or
a real one. He was just Jack Black on Yo Gabba Gabba. He comes in, rides in on a little dirt bike, hangs out with Broby and the tall red one. I forget his name.
It's so weird. I just watched an episode of the new iteration of that 2 days ago. I just stumbled on it like, ooh, let's see what this is all about. It was disturbing.
Yeah, I mean, I was never a giant fan of Yo Gabba Gabba, but Walker was, and so I'd watch it with him. But every once in a while, there'd be some cool cartoon on or some neat thing. So I enjoyed it. But man, when Jack Black came on, I was like, that fucking guy can do anything. He's like
incredible.
He's singing, and but the thing that's cool is not he's like a triple threat where he can sing and dance and write or whatever. It's the opposite. He can just fit Jack Black into fucking anything.
Yep.
Like he was in The Mandalorian, and he's just, I'm some fucking old fucking Imperial guy who's just gone to seed. What the fuck? And it works.
I watched The Mandalorian and I do not remember that.
Yeah, there's one. Him and Lizzo show up as celebrity cameos as like some, the rulers of some planet that they're on.
Huh.
Yeah,
that's a show I would actually watch a second time. I really enjoyed that.
I'm on like my 4th all the way through Mandalorian.
Really?
Yeah, I just put it on and when I'm puttering around because it's fucking great. I love The Mandalorian. It's Lone Wolf and Cub, man.
I know. You psyched for the movie?
Yes. Yes, I'm psyched to see what happens because everybody's like, oh, I don't like the Mandalorian's a TV show. I'm like, you people are all on crack because if you just want Star Wars movies, you're just going to get the galaxy's at stake again. But like on the TV show, there's a fucking IG-88 that gets blown up and they make it into a fucking baby carrier with guns.
Yes.
Like that's not happening
Voiced by
in a movie.
National treasure Alan Tudyk.
Is that him? I thought.
Yeah, as far as I know.
Tudyk's the K2SO one.
Isn't that the one that was the baby carrier?
No, that's IG-11. It's not IG-88. It's IG-11, and it's voiced by Taika Waititi, whatever.
Oh, you know what? You're right. It is him.
I'm not kidding. It's on upstairs right now.
The Rob and Larry's comic show that we were talking about. I remember back then. This was like 1990, whatever.
6.
When did you meet Mimi? What year?
When did I meet her?
Yeah.
93.
So this would have been maybe 94 or 5.
Yeah.
You were visiting. At that point in my life, I'd seen Star Wars all of once in the theater.
Is that true?
So when you went below the table, in my pocket. Oh, I do. You went below the table and you found something on my floor. You came up and said, "Look, sir, droids." I didn't know what you were doing. But
oh, are you kidding?
Later, Kathy watched that and she had a because she and her brother have that, all 3 of the movies memorized.
Yeah. That's cool.
She introduced them to our daughter Josie. The 2 of them, while I was away last week, watched the second one together. A little disappointed I wasn't there with them, but it is her
Empire.
thing.
That's the good one, man.
Yeah, I know.
Well, I remember Walker was 3.5 when.
You're not going to ask me why I have a washer in my pocket. Anyway, go on. Walker, 3.5.
Your dad.
Yeah, you're right.
I just assume you have a couple of those.
It's the deal.
Those weird little bread clips. You have 3 of them in 3 different colors with 3 different dates.
Yeah.
Just in case.
You never know.
Book of matches. USB drive, of course, but it has to be shaped by R2D2.
Mm-hmm.
Anyway.
My whistle.
Yeah. And you know what? If you were Ant-Man, you could just hit that with the embiggen disc and you have a real
ride it.
Yeah, drive it around.
You know what I found out recently? I'm reading this.
Thundar the Barbarian?
Right. That came out when we were like seniors in high school as a television show, the TV show.
Yeah, yeah.
And my wife, being a bit younger than me, she never watched it, but she always remember hearing the Thundar the Barbarian, the baritone narrators.
Hurtling between the earth and the moon.
Right. But because I'm a snotty teenager, it's like, I'm over Saturday morning TV, and that just looks stupid. I just found out that one of my comic heroes, Steve Gerber, created it.
Yeah.
I had no idea. I had no idea.
One of your oldest friends has Steve Gerber's eyeglasses that Steve Gerber gave to him when he said, "I love that you named that that Chewbacca guy, whatever you called it, Mukla the Ocker or whatever, something like that." I remembered what it was at the time. Yeah. And he has glasses on. He had another pair of glasses in his pocket, and he takes them out and he goes, "These are my old glasses." Yeah, that guy. He's got a lightsaber and everything. Yeah.
He gave you his old glasses.
Yeah, they're around here somewhere. Oh, that was the thing that used to happen at Comics Experience, because I was like the marketing guy.
Yeah.
Like, and I could, the smart guys like Steve Gerber, Steve Englehart, all the various Steves, they'd be like, yeah, like the guy behind the counter is the difference between selling 5 and selling 100. It's like, if you get behind something, you just tell your friends. Yeah, James was good at that. I probably learned that from James, honestly. That like, yeah, just do a little hand selling, man, and it pays off, Anyway.
Steve Gerber got me through my adolescence. If it weren't for Howard the Duck, I would be a different person today. He helped me get through a difficult time.
Yeah, I think that's Star Trek for me. Like, no matter, because our family moved around a lot, so you'd spend a lot of times like, I don't know anybody. I have no friends. All my friends are in the other state we just left. Oh, but my friends Kirk, Spock, and McCoy are on this channel 56 now, is it? You know what I mean? Yeah. So like, and that's how I think I got into like the uniforms and the insignias and stuff, because they're like, hey man, they can move me around, but I'm still part of something.
Yep.
I
still remember.
I think Howard the Duck did that too. Comics.
7th grade or so, they had this guy come in from one of the local universities and talk about bats. He was a scientist, biologist, and he just gave this like 45-minute talk to our science class about bats. And he finished it up, but partway through it, he said somebody asked some kind of dumb question about vampire bats, and vampires really. And he said, I've never heard of anything other than a bat being a vampire, except for once maybe a cow, and he let that slide. And I thought, oh my God, he's talking about Hell Cow from Howard the Duck.
Yeah, yeah. Just to see if anybody got it.
And I'm like this 12-year-old just going,
sir, I got that joke.
Well, I'm just painfully shy, so it ends and everybody's filing out and he's collecting his papers and he's walking by me, a little guy with a beard. And I said, the vampire cow, where did you hear about that? And to this day, I wish I'd said, was that from Howard the Duck? But I was too nervous to even extend that much. Back then, kids, reading comic books could get you killed. Or at least severely beat up or taunted.
I love how serious you were.
But he said, oh, that was from Howard the Duck. Like, as if I would know what Howard the Duck was. Nobody else in the room would have known what Howard the Duck was. Like, adults get it. There's hope. People out there who are not just loser kids like me who read this stuff.
Isn't that funny how that stuff impacts you as a kid?
I'll never forget it.
Because that was me with Star Trek, right? Like, we moved, and my first thing with Star Trek was the cartoon. Because so we moved when I was 10 and into an apartment building that were just old people. So there weren't anything like kids to play with, right? So on Saturday, even if it was a nice day, we had just moved and my parents didn't care. They're like, here, get a box of Sugar Smacks and some Frosted Flakes or something and watch every cartoon until we come get you, right? And so hey, the Star Trek one is awesome because it doesn't read like a cartoon. It's like an episode of Star Trek, except, they don't have to pay to make the aliens. They can just draw anything, And so after about, I don't know, months of that, one of my dad's coworkers comes over and I won't shut up about this Star Trek thing. And he's like, you watch Star Trek, huh? And I'm like, yeah. And I start talking about it. And it finally comes out that it's, oh, they did a cartoon version. He goes, that's a real show. Like as if the cartoon's not real, right?
Yeah.
But I got what he meant.
Yeah.
And it's a show with actors instead of drawings, right? And then I was like, yeah, can you tell me a little more about that? I'm listening. He's like, yeah, 6 o'clock on Channel 11 WPIX out of New York. Okay. And then that's what I did for the next 7 years.
I remember Saturday afternoons when the cartoons were over. Saturday mornings were a big morning in the Lavender household.
Yes.
Rick and I watching, with our cereal.
Yeah.
But when it was over, I remember it was the episode with the rock monster that would walk through rocks. It was like hot, and it kind of looked like a big blob of red. And I could never understand how Spock mind melded with it without burning his fingers. But, there's that. And that was the first one I ever saw. It was like, so they just put it like, what is this? It came on after, like an hour after.
No kill eye.
After roller derby or something, they put it on.
The Devil in the Dark.
Oh, it was great.
That was the Horta.
Blew my mind.
Spock's hands don't burn because it's not emitting it doesn't melt its way through the rock. It's a weird energy chemical reaction.
Oh, that was not explained properly to my mind.
It says it's walking through rock like it's walking through air.
Yeah, but I assumed that meant just...
And the little spheres, they were the eggs, man.
Oh, yeah.
It was a mommy. Anyway.
As far as I can tell, they're born pregnant. During Rob and Larry's comics, also, we were drinking martinis.
Look, sir, droids. That makes me laugh.
I dropped an olive into my martini, and I just turned to you. And the only reason I knew this is because my roommate was John Meehan, and he was really, really into The Next Generation. He would watch it every week. And this line resonated with him, and he said it a lot. So I'm drinking my martini, and I just look at you and smile and said, it's for the vitamins. And then I go to drink it, and you got halfway through a sentence when you stopped. Ooh, obscure Star Trek reference.
Yeah, that was a good one. I just had that thought now. I was like, oh, that's a good one, Rob. It's full of vitamins.
It's for the vitamins. Are we overstaying our welcome here?
Yeah, I mean, there's no set time, but like people tend to not listen after all. Chris knows. Devil in the Dark. Once we're going, hey, remember that time you did that thing in 1993 and then there was an olive? Yeah, we probably losing people.
That's when I started making public access television.
What's cool, man? For all this time, when I would drive in from Worcester or West Boylston, I was living at the time, to Boston for Saturday night so I could watch Star Trek with you guys. And it was usually you and Stevie G and John Meehan.
Yep.
And for the longest time, I thought you liked Star Trek.
I enjoyed it.
Yeah, you're hanging with your buddies, but I was like, this is recent too. Like in the last 10 years, I said some Star Trek thing to you, and you're like, I don't know what you're talking about. And I was like, what? Yeah, that's the biggest Star Trek fan, man. I like it.
Especially, it was fun to watch it with you guys. I enjoy the show.
Like, I bought Steve a red shirt and a communicator, and like
he was way into it.
But that's not you.
Yeah.
And then you just said John Meehan, he loved it. And I'm like, yeah, but that's not Rob. Nope. He was just hanging out with his friends.
When I was living in San Francisco and you guys were all out in New England, John came to visit me once and he said, "Did you know there's a new Star Trek?" I'm like, oh, yeah, really? He said, well, no, really, you got to watch it. So he was there on a Saturday night, and it happened to be the Moriarty episode.
Okay.
This is fantastic. So after he left on Saturday night, so
you'd watch too
for a long time. Yeah, absolutely. Yeah, it was really fun.
Next one's great.
Okay, so if we're gonna wrap up, let me ask you one last interview question.
All right.
Do you believe that there are intelligences beyond mortal man, aliens, ghosts, gods, dolphins, whatever?
Just in general?
Yeah.
Yes.
Okay.
In fact, there's a well-known rule in my family that I don't eat octopus or dolphin because I don't eat things that are smarter than I am.
You have never had cream of blowhole soup?
I have not.
Oh,
unless that's a sex act. I'm not.
No, I just made it up.
Cream of blowhole.
That is actually something I made Rick say on one of my television shows, because there was a restaurant near me called like the Dolphin or something like that. Yeah. And I had him stand in front of it with a bowl and say, "I love their cream of a blowhole soup."
All right, I'm gonna get Chris Seguisa to say that. Chris, I know Chris is still here. Oh, maybe not.
Time Magazine said.
Maybe Chris, once we said, "Oh, we're closing it up," everybody leaves.
Yeah.
All right, that's good. Well, that was fun.
Yeah, this is really a hoot. Thank you for inviting me.
Someday when you're not doing anything. Oh, I was going to say, Chris, you have to say, I enjoyed that cream of blowhole soup, and then text it to me. We'll use that at the beginning of our show, or we'll use it as an ad. It's an ad for some restaurant. Anyway, that's it. That's all I got, man. Wait, I was going to say, sometime when you have time, a month or so from now, I'll just send you the StreamYard link when we're doing a Star Trek show. Me and Price, or me and Steve and Mark are doing it. And you just like jump in whenever you feel like it, and I'll add you in. And like, yeah, hey, what's up, guys? No,
I don't know anything about
chocolate.
I will say this though. I don't know if you remember this. Back in the '90s, I said to you, what would be really good? I think it was after you'd moved out there, and you had done that thing with your buddy Rick. I was like, what would make a good show is Starfleet Academy. I said this to you in the 90s. Follow a bunch of young people who are making their way through the school. Try to stay away from the soap opera stuff if you can, and keep it kind of sci-fi, but a little bit just to keep people interested. I hear they're making one now.
Does history record what I said back in the 90s?
No.
Yeah. They've been pitching that for a while. I think what's his name? Harv Bennett, the guy who did Star Trek 2. They hired him because he could do 5 movies for what they did the first Star Trek before. Anyway, he was like, the easy one, Starfleet Academy. And the way he pitched it was great, right? Because he just pitched the paper chase.
Right.
And a little
That's what I was picturing.
And a little of the marketing, right? They were like, this is where heroes come from, right? It's like, yeah, what's Captain Kirk do when he's like, we know that he has had his nose in the books, and everybody thinks he's fucking all the girls all the time.
But he cheated on the Kobayashi Maru. Yes, I know that much.
You know that one. Anyway, nobody cares about that. And so the fact that they made this show and then didn't make it about being in the Academy, and then every choice,
I know nothing about it. I know zero about it.
Dude, every choice they make is wrong. So it's called Starfleet Academy, right? Which is in San Francisco. Except they've long said it's actually over. Do you know where the Discovery Museum is on the other side of the bridge in Sausalito?
Oh yeah.
There's the Golden Gate Coast Guard base is there. That's actually where Starfleet is. Just because that side of yes, in real life 300 years from now. But it's because the bridge looks better going that way, basically. Right.
Yeah.
And so they say it's in San Francisco, and I always go, no, it's not. But the answer is, well, maybe in the future, San Francisco's like 300 miles around.
Boston was not what it is now 200 years ago.
So I never say that out loud, except to somebody like you that knows where Sausalito is. Anyway. Yeah. So they didn't do that. And the Academy building is actually their starship, the USS Athena. So whenever they want to go do like a field trip, the whole fucking building flies off and out away from Earth into space to go do something. So everything starts from Earth, which is ass. And then once you get out there, the engines and the place where the crew is are two different things. And so often they split apart because they're 1,000 years in the Star Trek future, right? They're 1,300 years from us.
Oh.
So, right. Which is exactly like our Starfleet people being like fucking Vikings are to us.
Right.
Right. And so, but in their future, like the Discovery from the 23rd century shows up at 1,000 years in the future and so they are doing all this other stuff. But 1,000 years in the future, the guys from our time get seats at their space United Nations, and they're always on ships giving them advice about what to do.
At a time travel show? Do they go back and forth, or are they?
They don't go back and forth. They're stuck. These guys from the 23rd century are stuck in the 30th century. Except, though, think about that. A bunch of Vikings fucking sailing to New York City, and then 6 of them get seats at the UN. Like, that's not going to happen. Right? It's just everything is ass. Like, every choice they make, if they had just said, set it in the future, it's 10 years from Captain Picard or something like that, right? Okay. But like, it's 1,000 years in the future, and everybody's still wearing like little things right here that look like seashells that they talk to each other on. And
Technology
everybody's
has not advanced in
red,
1,000.
blue, and yellow shirts. It's like, again, isn't this 1,000 years in the future? But the best thing is they killed fucking Captain Picard and
See one of the Vikings.
No. This is the same people are writing these episodes.
Okay.
They kill Captain Picard, put him in a robot body that looks, acts, and sounds exactly like 89-year-old Patrick Stewart, with the conceit that he's not immortal or anything. Why would a robot be immortal? He is only going to be alive as if like the human would be alive. So 2 episodes later, he gets hit by a car and is bleeding on the street. A robot.
The robot.
That they never mention again that he's a robot. And you're like, I don't care about anything that happens to this character because the guy I enjoyed and did the Kittimer thing and was friends with Data and stuff is dead. He's been dead now for like 2.5 years. But he still has 2 seasons of a show that he's in because Patrick Stewart still needs money. Except that character's dead. But he's not. He's a robot now.
Can I tell you my favorite line?
But the best thing is they never mention again.
Patrick Stewart ever delivered was this. I don't remember the name of the movie, but it was one of those gay-centric films that was coming out in the 90s. John was showing it to me. And what's his name? The guy who used to do Weekend Update, tall guy, goes on hikes on his podcast. Kevin Nealon is playing this guy interviewing people, a reporter, and he's got this obvious toupee. And while he's talking to Patrick Stewart's just kind of looking over his eyes up at the top of his head the whole time that he's being asked this question. Then there's a long, awkward pause. And instead of answering the question, he just still not looking him in the eye, just looking at the toupee going, no, it does work.
That's a good one.
That's so funny.
My favorite thing he's ever said is when he introduced salt and pepper on Star Trek on Saturday Night Live.
Yes,
he just didn't know how to say it. There's a lot of Patrick Stewart stories like that. When he was on Dune and he met Sting, he didn't know who Sting was. He didn't know he had no idea. Yeah. And so he just meets this new actor that's going to be doing the scene with him. He's like, "Oh yeah, how's it going? Oh yeah." He's like, "Oh yeah, I'm Sting." He's like, "Oh, Sting." He's like, "Yeah, the sword and the Hobbit." Like, "Oh yeah, what do you do?" "Oh, I'm a musician." "Oh, no, that's cool." He's like, "Is it going well for you?" He's like, "Yeah, it's going pretty well." And then, "You're an actor too?" It was just like Sting. I saw Sting was telling the story, and it was great because he was doing a little Patrick Stewart. When
he does a really good one too.
But then that comes up.
Is he going to be in the Avengers movie?
Sting?
No.
Patrick Stewart.
Picard.
Yes.
I again, me in spoilers. I don't know why I even asked you that, but I've been avoiding every article I've seen about it because I just no.
I mean, it's not really a spoiler to say who the actors are.
I did see the trailer where it showed all the backs of all the directors.
That's what I was gonna say. If you've seen that, all the X-Men from the X-Men.
So many, and I only watched it once, so I don't even remember who the hell was in it. But
I made one for Walker, actually.
One of those very chairs.
No, I just photoshopped his name on the last one, so it looks like Patrick Stewart, Kurt Russell's son Wyatt.
Walker, yeah.
That's really. And I tell everybody he's playing Rick Jones.
Have you seen? Is it Lodge 49? I'm bad with numbers. That first television show that Wyatt Russell was in. It was like, I think it was maybe 2 seasons, and it was on FX maybe.
What was it?
It's called. It's Lodge and then some number like Lodge 49 or something. He plays this like California beach bum who's looking for some kind of point in life, and he stumbles on one of these old men lodges. you know, like the Moose Lodge or something like that.
That sounds cool.
It's awesome. I can't recommend it highly enough. It's a really good show, and he was terrific in it.
The one thing I know about him is that he went to play professional hockey in Europe or something like that.
Really?
Yeah. And so his first job was just like hockey player number 3 in some hockey movie. And they hired him because he was actually a star in Czechoslovakia or something.
Skate.
Yeah.
I love that. I didn't know that. That's very cool. I love watching him and his father in the same show. I think that's so cool.
The best part about that is that they're going to give Wyatt his own show and just do, what's that character's name again? I forget.
Snake Plissken, I think.
Yeah, they're just going to do a show that it's what he's doing as a young man in the 50s.
I didn't know that.
I'm like, awesome. Give me that show, baby. I want to see that.
Matt Fraction's off it this season, right?
I don't know.
I forgot. I wasn't going to mention his name. Do you watch on Disney Plus those documentaries they do on the building of the rides at the parks?
Yes.
My daughter and I just started watching them. We just watched the second one, and there's this great clip of him as a young man going to the haunted house ride.
Yeah, that's cool.
Yeah.
Do you know that's the last words that Walt Disney ever said? He said 2 words, and then he died.
Kurt Russell.
Yes, exactly.
Are you serious?
Yes, I swear to God. You can Google it.
Wow.
Cool? That's the story. That's how they tell the story. But the thing is that they think that Walt was just wanting to make sure that whatever he was working on was going to keep going forward, I think. You know,
while we were watching Monarch.
But it's like that was his dad, you know? Like Walt looked out for him and just kept putting him in movies. So you never know.
He was a talented kid.
Yeah.
Ethan, Dr. Hausman kept mentioning while we were watching Monarch, like,
he hasn't been disbarred yet.
What was that again?
You said Dr. Hausman. I was like, he hasn't been disbarred yet, but then that's not what they say from doctors.
No, they don't.
No.
Never at dusk. Never at dusk.
All right, we should call it, man. That was fun. Super fun.
That was awesome, dude. Thank you so much.
Again.
A lot of fun.
You should do one, and then
I love chatting with you anyway.
I'll interview you on your show.
Oh, okay. Yeah,
I do love chatting.
I'll learn technology.
You know, I love chatting with you. The Dexter Riley trilogy. Yeah, let's see. Do you know Computer War Tennis Shoes?
Oh yes.
That's one.
Oh my God!
I
just watched
World's Greatest Athlete.
I thought that was
maybe not. I'm just saying
Jan Michael Vincent or one of those
I can remember. Anyway, all right, let's call it.
Yep.
All right, all we have to do.
Time of death 8:23 p.m. Eastern time.
All we have to do is just go end stream, and then that'll be